Today is still March 31st, 2025. It's been a lot. I mean, a lot. From March 27th, 25, where Michelle's ex-boyfriend was outside where I was working, and I could hear him talking how he had broke up with her because of, he found out she had tried to have me killed where they bashed my skull in. That or leave me brain damaged, and so that I'd become incompetent, and it didn't work. That they had some doctor that wasn't mine working for them, and he can't write. They were trying to get him to write up that I was incompetent, and he's not even one of my doctors. He can't do that. It's HIPAA, and da 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 da, and it's illegal. It's fraud. Okay. He said Dave was telling people they made him marry me. Well, he asked everyone around that church never made him marry me, and he found out that it was one of Dave's girlfriends from before had him marry me so he could get a job at my dad's factory. So she would have insurance and would be able to give her extra money. My whole marriage was a scam. Where I had said I was afraid of that, for 33 years was a whole scam from a psychopath. Him and his sick girlfriend came up with the idea because where Tim was going to church, telling everybody he made $500 to $1,000 a week or more. He only made $80 a week at working with John Cowgill. To ask the vice president's daughter out of a company, marry her, then goof up every job. So her dad would give him a job at that factory that he made amazing money. Be like $155,000 a year job now. They didn't just let anybody in there. Because you were custom mixing rubber, chemicals into giant bamberries that would melt it down and then spew it out. It was custom mixing. They didn't let just anybody in there. Okay? He would have never got a job there. He did it because his girlfriend made him. So she could have insurance. And they could steal money that he made to give it to her. Scam me. That's why he beat on me all those years. Every time he had a bad day. That's why he threatened to kill our children. Because we were nothing but his scam. We meant nothing to him. That's a lot to swallow. A lot. I was having chest pains last night. It's a lot. It is a whole lot to swallow. That's where that heavyset white lady, my brother said that some heavyset white lady that was round showed up at the factory. I confronted Dave about it. He denied it, said they're trying to break us up. I said, Pete, get me proof of her. Well, back then we didn't have cell phones. The phone was attached to the wall with a long cord. In a hot factory with giant bamberries melting chemicals. Carbon dust flying everywhere. You didn't carry a camera around in there. You get in trouble. And I thought, just get me some kind of proof. Because Dave's like, oh, they're just trying to break us up, Karen. Then some lady started using my insurance since I got it. Ran up $50,000 to $100,000 worth of copay. Some crazy lady got your ID committing identity fraud. Oh, Kay McMillan, the factory secretary, threatened to put him in jail for that. And he's like, Karen, they're threatening to arrest me if we don't pay these. Some crazy lady's using your ID. See, back then you could go in Altman Hospital, name and address. That's all you had to have. They looked you up, billed you. Never checked and see who they were actually taking care of. Have surgeries, have procedures. Never showed ID. Go see the doctor. Never show ID. Never. Even Walgreens today, when I pull up to the drive-thru, never asked for ID for me to pick up the prescriptions. She was using my prescription card. Couldn't get pain medicine filled. Said I picked it up the week before. I hadn't had it in a month. I had to tell the doctor. The doctor had to call in a different strength, and then we had to pay out of pocket. It happened a lot. It's documented and verified, like Officer Mark said, that she was framed before, and it was a drug cartel in her home before. And it's documented and verified another woman was using her insurance, and it was a medication error that made her sick before. Okay? Medical malpractice documented by all my family physicians and Dr. Eli, and then proven when I got off the medication I got well. They were causing everything. Only thing that was wrong with me is my muscles locked up from all those surgeries. I told you in one of those videos that I would get in so much pain, I would vomit, and my muscles would contract in my legs and my stomach, and blood would start running down my legs, out of the skin. The blood vessels were bursting. My God, that hurt. The whole muscle would contract as hard as it could, and then blood would just start pouring down my leg. I got little red freckles all over my legs and stomach. It's dangerous, skin. That's how much pain I was in. That's why they put me on fentanyl. Okay? All right. You know, that idiot outside yesterday saying that shit. Oh, where, I'm going to put it this way, where I got bit by the dog. Some investigators around Christmas were in the mall, said we listened to the car speakers. We could hear her scream from that dog biting her. Got back in the car, you see pictures of her having bites all over. Okay? All right. So, some lady showed up at Golden Corral. We listened to the car speakers. We had that idiot confessing to all kinds of stuff. That church is hiring other religions to stalk her and to harm her. And they're having them do it so that they can't be found associated to it. That idiot was out there confessing. Will's let that church get away with all kinds of crimes. He needs to take care of them. Oh, yeah. So that's where that idiot outside was lying to people. Said some doctor had her taped saying blah, blah, blah. The drug den told us to say it before. Okay? And when he asked her about that doctor, she denied even knowing him or anything about it. It's not one of my doctors. He works for the cartel. Like Michelle's boyfriend said, they got some doctor that's not even hers. Got it. The drug den told us it. Officer Mark and John, do you remember in 18 and 19 the cartel said they had a doctor working for them? He was supplying them with amnesia drugs. Remember? They bragged about him. He was one of their drug suppliers. Remember? There's no honor among thieves or murderers. Remember they told people about him? Around me. In the state of Ohio, it's right on Google. No doctor can tape you unaware. It's illegal. Not only is it HIPAA, it's a antitrust. You can tape them, but they cannot tape you. It's right on Google. Because of HIPAA and antitrust laws. It's illegal for them to tape you unaware. And I'll put it this way. When I go into the doctor, they don't usually ask you, what kind of federal crimes have you committed this week? Come on now. What do they ask you? Do you drink? Do you smoke? Do you do drugs? Are you having unprotected sex? That's it. They want to know where you've hurt, what's wrong, and how they can help you. Didn't you think it was a little odd? People going into a federal FBI office. We're trying to have her killed. Okay? Our minister called her a faker 15 years ago. And the Vegas going, well, it offended us. It was 6 months later after a traffic accident she had nothing to do with. But it offended us because he insulted her. So we want to help try to kill her. And we're having her drugged with fake sodium pentothal. So for fake confessions. And we're having her beat and raped. And we've tried to have her murdered. And the doctor's like, hey ho, I'm with the killers. You didn't find that a little odd? That he worked for them and not me? HIPAA? Antitrust laws? He works for the killers? He's not even one of my doctors. So where that idiot said, that agent, when he said something about that doctor, and she denied it, he knew she was lying to him. So he turned her back over to him and told everybody he didn't care what happened to her. And we could do whatever we want. My religious group has been helping out, making sure she gets nothing. She thought she seen one of the guys that she's seen before down da-da-da, and it was one of ours. Oh, then they've been around me since 18. They may be part of the people harming me. That's how not funny it is. Confessing around a legally bugged car. Like those ladies said, we pulled the car speakers. You could hear that idiot confess all this. Oh, I know. My group is to make sure that apostolic churches are hiring other religions to harm her, and to make sure she gets nothing. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I found out her boyfriend was going to leave her something if he dies, and I'll make sure she don't get it. And they told me that it was none of my business. He could do whatever he wanted with his money. It isn't any of your business, you psycho freak. And Officer Markentron, you need to take care of him. And you need to arrest him. And you look at his religious group and how many people were actually harming me, and find out how many it was of them. You may be surprised. He's a super religious freak. It's the drugs and told to say it. Where that old white man showed up the first month of case for every idle word you telling us, I'll turn on you, try to leave Dave Ellis, your child molester. You know that bruise on your leg, I use sodium pentothal on you. You know what he said the wrong night down Bud Light. Got away from that freak and Dave debunked it. Where they're supposed to have drugged me and told me say it before, where they're supposed to have drugged me and told me say flasher, you hurt people, you're this, you're that, race people out of the room, race some guy named Chris out of the room, photoshopped all their lies, photoshopped effeminate white bee above the toilet by January 19. Remember all that shit? Then when we get into 21, it's like an oh my God, confessions. Of March 1st to 3rd of 21, they put two clips together, put her in a porn. It's not her, it's them. Then later on, what you're describing is showering. Ha 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 ha. She figured out what they did. May 12th, 22 at noon, they found a tape of them admitting they put a shower scene in the other room. Shower scene of washing yourself in the shower. May 26th, 22, 22 at noon, the shower scene was done on purpose to make you look weird. They admitted a frame in me March 24, 22, 1:30. May 25th, 21. Wendy's in Louisville, 6 p.m. Got 2 witnesses on my phone of the church people breaking in before drugging me, telling me say weirdo molester stuff. Huh? To 8/9/21, the apartment building for me, second close to the fence. Lady and little girls live there. We're outside talking about it. 4 or 5 neighbors got together, did a police report. 1295 Fairland, a little white lady screamed at him, talked to several people in 21. November 1st to 3rd of 21, an African-American lady in Save-A-Lot found out they made everything up on me. To edit the Oakland apartment on Cleveland Avenue, December 9, 21, 4 p.m. Of all the tapes before were them and not her. And it's just a bunch of men doing crimes down here to see if someone will stop them. Same day, white man bald with dark eyes distributing food at the Stark County Hunger Task Force on 9th Street in Canton was one of my guards. Came out and said, we always knew the tapes before were them and not her. So we never said a word. January 19th, 22, Department of Disability. They told them at 11 o'clock in the morning I was drugged and told to say it before. February 2nd, 22, Burlington Coat Factory. A Latino man admitted that he drugged me first and told me to say it before. The person I was with looked at me and said, Karen, this is crazy. Everywhere we go, people admit to drugging you and telling you to say it before, admit to raping you in front of people in stores. I'm like, stay out of it. I'll tell the police. Huh? They ran in Save-A-Lot that day screaming it because they send their hate crime out through cell phones. Down on 6th Street in Canton, they were running out of their houses screaming it to postmen. Some investigator from Ravenna in a Portage County license plate, and he drives a Sebring, black Sebring, pulled up. I'd seen her out today. I found out that bastard really did drug her and tell her to say it before. To November 18th, 22, Walmart 62, one of the drug dealers that worked for him, Eric came in. All the tapes before were me and not her. It was my idea to come up with it, my idea to do it, my idea to say it. For all those people to turn on her and they fell for it. Well, if it's only you, I could take care of it. I know it's that bad, and they still fell for it. June 7th, 23, Lighthouse Tabernacle and the cartel publicly mock FBI agent John. June 7th, 23, 10:11 in the morning. FBI agent John fell for the stunt and tasted before. Oh, come on now. It was only a stunt. You're kidding. You mean that FBI agent fell for a stunt and tasted before that were only a stunt? Is that what's going on? Name and title and cackle at him. July 9th, 23 in Trinity Gospel. The cartel dared the FBI to fix it. They wouldn't dare fix it after what one of their agents did. Told on a victim, calling for help, and then fed him back to the cartel. Yeah, they don't think the FBI has integrity. March 20th, 24, they, Walmart 62, how they made everything up on me, laughing at everybody. June 23rd to July 4th of 23, they said that Eric and all them went to a party and made fun of everyone, how they fooled everyone into helping out, laughing at them, yelling about Hartville up in Akron. Officer Mark documented it in August of 23 on a Tuesday, that it is documented and verified I was framed before and it was a drug cartel in my home before. They seen him. And it's documented and verified it was a medication error that made me sick before, and it's documented and verified even another woman was using my insurance. Okay? In May of 24, I was in Myers, North Main, in North Canton. Lady came in, I talked to the police that actually work her case. They said it's ridiculous for anyone to insult her. She almost died to save children. And they always knew the backup plan was, if she didn't die, were stalking tapes. Because that's what they are, stalking tapes. By the cartel. Stalking tapes. Okay? Where they had, already knew the weird with yourself was photoshopped or washing yourself in the shower, and they photoshopped that. And they knew they had drugged her and told her to say it before. They always knew that. And it was a backup plan. If she didn't die, to extort money or things from her. You know, what was it, in the fall of 23? I was in Target in Belden. Some mean girls took care of the cartel that day. They told them what they did. They busted out laughing at them. Literally busted out laughing, cackling loud through the store. You gotta be kidding me. Their whole backup plan was stocking tapes. If she didn't die, they only had stocking tapes. Where they photoshopped washing herself in another room. And they drugged her and told her to say it before in stocking tapes. That was it. They didn't need to find out who was drugging her. But that was their whole backup plan? Yeah. You need to take care of that idiot that was outside on Sunday. You have his confession. See where that old man threatened me? We're going to put it this way. Where the police and investigators had told people the way the agent opened her case, they don't even need her. It's legal police surveillance with a court order. The sheriffs and police, well, we'll put it this way, and the FBI has been taping all this. Everything. And it's a protected custody case with threat of life, with statements, and a court order for the police to tape everything. And they document it. So it stands up in court without her, and it cannot be disputed. So we're going to put it this way. For every idle word you say around me, for every action you do around me, can be used in court against you and cannot be disputed because it was taped by the police and the FBI. And it stands up in court without me. For every idle word and every idle action you say and do can be used against you in a court of law and cannot be disputed. It was taped by the police and the FBI with a court order. Agent John, are you done playing with the damn fools? The police had told me in 18 that you were so mean to me on the phone because you wanted to make sure I wasn't part of the people defrauding you. And that you were going to be going after them. And you knew everything was drugged and photoshopped. Are you done playing with the damn fools? We all know you told on me before. April 28th, 24, Walmart on the strip, officer in uniform came up and said, Karen, I was listening to this today. We all know nobody drugs anybody but the drug cartel. And it was a drug cartel in your home before. And we all know that guy told on you before. Everybody knows. Stark County sheriffs that work Faith Family Church work carrying around the house. Mention it. The cartel had showed up at Faith Family Church. Impersonating the FBI in front of 3,000 people. The people for Judge Peters. The ones that admitted they had amnesia drugs could control anybody for 4 to 6 hours in front of 3,000 people. The people that raped and tortured me and sold videos of it. Those people. Judge Peters was arrested in 22 and 100 men were drug traders and human traffickers from Florida. We're relocating people down to Florida to a resort area. We work for Judge Peters. Judge Peters was arrested in 22. And where we all work for the king from Texas, we are his men. He's a drug lord. He's a fentanyl king if you look him up. U.S. military Iraqi translator went into the dark web malware fentanyl king. Where all the human traffickers were ravaging Ohio of its women and children, selling them. They were up here working together. Judge Peters' arrest, they had a pipeline between Florida, Louisiana, and Texas selling people. That's why when I go into Akron, we all know Karen's Will is still open. We all know it's part of the nationwide human trafficking scam. FBI informant. And like Michelle's boyfriend outside, we all know she gave that tip on Tarakasami. And she turned it into them, and he got arrested for that Michael Peterson trying to smuggle oil into the U.S. 21. He got arrested last year. Him and 50 other people were smuggling oil and stealing from the government. They got caught. Where a lady investigator said, what an accomplishment. One of their informants led to the rest, got information leading to the rest of Tarakasami. Like Michelle's boyfriend said, they didn't even pay her for that. I like my money. I earned it 100 times over. Get you information on Dave and the churches. You didn't mention nothing about no drug lords. You didn't mention about no fentanyl kings. And human traffickers. It's one thing if it's your ex-husband and his freaky friends. I like my money. We all know you told on me before. You told almost 1,000 people. And you confessed on a recorded line that you had met with that family in their office that lost their kid in their traffic accident. Like Michelle's boyfriend said on the 27th. She had nothing to do with that accident. They were just in there trying to help their church get away with murder. They were bullshitting you. 6 months later, someone saying something mean about her had nothing to do with them. They were bullshitting people to get away with this. So their church would get away with murder because people worship them like gods. You met with all those church people and you knew they were trying to kill me. Conspiracy to commit murder is a federal crime. And you didn't arrest them. You didn't arrest them. On a recorded line, you confessed. You met with all of them. You knew they were trying to kill me because of strangers lie. Repeatedly. Said it several times. Mocking me. I like my money. And that guy that was outside acted like he had a copy of my phone. Okay, to distress, I go on YouTube and I watch stupid little monkey movies of people putting baby outfits on them and feed them bottles. Mindless entertainment to distress. And he was out there mocking me for watching monkey movies. He's got a copy of my phone. See, that's where the drug cartel was outside my home mocking me before I called the FBI, making fun of me for notes I was keeping under me. He's one of them that's wiretapping people's phones. See what I mean? The cartel is trying to prove to everyone they can harm people and exploit them in their home. That where you say that doctor taped her before, I never talked to a doctor of crimes. My God, I don't know what your doctor does. Mine just goes in and treats me for illnesses. They're not a criminal investigator. They don't ask you, what kind of federal crime did you commit? And then it's illegal for them to tape you without your consent. It's a crime. They go to jail for. And it's not even one of my doctors. If they work for the cartel, the one that was selling them amnesia drugs. I never talked to him. I thought it was that lady that used my insurance. Maybe it was one of her bills. No, it's just somebody who works for the cartel. I never talked to him. They even said no man talked to her. No, we used truth serum on her instead. They only drugged me with date rape drugs instead. Told me to say all kinds of stuff. They roofied my old neighbor, Mike. He came up to me, didn't know how he got home. He didn't know how he got money in his pocket, didn't know how he changed his shoes. Asked him all kinds of questions, like what do you remember, the second beer, didn't remember even leaving the bar. He'd been out sleep driving all night. Then tried to tell me it was a New York cop and thought it was pretty. I'm like, go sleep it off. He was stoned out of his mind. Found out during the second beer, he told everybody he was an astronaut. I could have told him to say or do anything. Do you know these idiots roofied a U.S. Marshals kid twice? And this is what's happening to me? This is why U.S. Marshals, you need to keep an eye on that girl. Because they didn't just lace her drink for her to forget 2 nights. They got the drugs and told to say it, and they probably stripped that baby naked and took pictures and put her in a porn. And they got a hate crime set up against her. Because they bragged around me they did it because she was a U.S. Marshals kid. And they knew who she was. You better keep an eye on her for a long time. And make sure they don't try to sell her. I gotta go.